Strap in, fire it up. It's time to light the fuse.
It's time to light a flow. Really white like fire. Yeah. Right, rearranging, we're bringing the heat. Burning rubber and mics, got you up out your seat. Live on the track or the digital stream. We don't chase views, we chase dreams. From the dirt to the asphalt, throttle stays wide. Every lap we broadcast, it's a hell of a ride. Yeah, Facebook Live and that YouTube screen. Tune in now, it's a high octane scene. Tires spinning, fans grinning. Right rear's live, and we ain't quitting. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, we control time. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, it's show time.
Strap in, fire it up. It's time to light the fuse.
It's time to light a flow. Really white like fire. Yeah. Right, rearranging, we're bringing the heat. Burning rubber and mics, got you up out your seat. Live on the track or the digital stream. We don't chase views, we chase dreams. From the dirt to the asphalt, throttle stays wide. Every lap we broadcast, it's a hell of a ride. Yeah, Facebook Live and that YouTube screen. Tune in now, it's a high octane scene. Tires spinning, fans grinning. Right rear's live, and we ain't quitting. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, we control time. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, it's show time.
Strap in, fire it up. It's time to light the fuse.
It's time to light a flow. Really white like fire. Yeah. Right, rearranging, we're bringing the heat. Burning rubber and mics, got you up out your seat. Live on the track or the digital stream. We don't chase views, we chase dreams. From the dirt to the asphalt, throttle stays wide. Every lap we broadcast, it's a hell of a ride. Yeah, Facebook Live and that YouTube screen. Tune in now, it's a high octane scene. Tires spinning, fans grinning. Right rear's live, and we ain't quitting. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, we control time. Right rear racing, we ain't playing. Start your engines, it's show time.
And welcome back to Right Rear Racing as we bring you your Front Runners Racing League week number 12 of the ARCA Series. We've already finished up our practice session, and on your track now is going to be Reese Kelva in that 44 for his first lap of qualifying. As we've watched Reese go around here, we're going to be at New Hampshire this week for week number 12 as Reese just got his out lap. He's going to start his first lap now with the green flag. And he goes in turn number 1 there. We're going to go over your point standings coming into tonight. And Peter Stewart, he's going to be 50 points ahead of Brandon Valentine coming into tonight, as Peter Stewart has 416 points and Brandon Valentine has 366. Aiden Lucas, your winner for the last 2 weeks, he's going to be sitting in third with 359. We have Abraham in that 84 machine. He's going to be sitting in fourth with 354. And rounding out your top 5 is going to be Ty Dickinson with 333, which he's not here tonight as well. We have Troy in 6th with 330. Jordan Fisher in 7th with 326. Charles Broderick and Dustin are both tied for 8th with 304. And rounding out your top 10 in individual points is going to be Nicholas Moffitt, as he has 281. And it might help if I actually add the data there on your left-hand side of the screen, as Aiden Lucas is going to be your current quick time with a 30:23. Blair Saunders in that 98 has a 30:24. James Zangi in the 10 has a 30:25. Abraham has a 30:30, and Reese has a 30:54. That's going to put him 7th. Peter is out on the track currently, and Peter's going to be on his first lap with a 30:48 as he's going around. And Peter Stewart on his second lap will get a 30:37 to keep him in 6th. And Tyler Barnett, he's going to be at the top of the board right now with a 30:09. We still have Troy. We're going to have Troy still coming out there on the track now. And Tyler Barnett on his second lap ended up getting a 30:03. And Troy's going to be the last car to make qualifying laps here, as Troy got a 30:73 on his first lap here at New Hampshire. As he's finishing up his last lap here, we're going to try to hit your team points real quick, as I don't see an updated one, so we will not go over that one. It's still Back Markers, Compound Racing, and Powerhouse, all for your top 3. And Troy got better on his second lap. He's going to finish in 9th with a 30:54. And it looks like your qualifying's going to be complete, and that's going to set up the field for your 12-car field here tonight for 100 laps. That's going to be starting here soon. And your starting lineup for tonight's main event has the number 13 of Tyler Barnett on the pole. On his outside is your two-time winner, of back-to-back winner there of Aiden Lucas in the 20 on his outside. Blair Saunders in the 98 is going to start inside row number 2 with James Zangi in that 10 machine on his outside. Abraham in the 84, he's going to start inside row number 3 with Peter Stewart in the 91 on his outside. Inside row number 4 has Brandon Valentine in the number 11 machine with Reese Kelva in the 44 on his outside. Troy in that 19 machine is going to start inside row number 5 with Keegan Huey, the newcomer of the league, right there in the 38 on his outside. Nicholas Moffitt in the 33 is going to round out the 6th and final row tonight with Charles Broderick of the 40 on his outside. And it looks like your pace car lights are off, so we're going to be taking the green this time around. The field is stacked up, ready to go. Going in turn number 3. The pace car is going to duck on into the pit road here, and Tyler Barnett's going to be leading the field to the green, and they got the green flag flown. We're underway here at New Hampshire for week number 12, as the 13 is going to get a good jump on that start, and Aiden Lucas is going to be on the outside. And as they go in turn number 1, the 98 of Blair is going to be right there. That's going to be your top 3 drivers coming off of turn number 2 here. And James Zangi, he's going to be in that 10 machine finishing up, or running in 4th right now. The 91, your current points leader, he's running in 5th, and that's going to be Peter Stewart. They're going to be 3 wide there coming off turn 4, the first lap here. That's going to be with, you have one of them slowing up as they're hitting the outside wall. I believe that was going to be the 19 of Troy, and I could be wrong. It could be the 38 as he was blinking in and out. That's going to be Keegan Huey, the newcomer of the league. As we have lap number 1 in the books, we're going to go work our way back up towards the front of the field as Tyler Barnett is still leading the race here, coming off turn number 4 for lap number 2 with Aiden Lucas right there in second. He's about a half a second behind Tyler Barnett. You got Blair Saunders right there in that 98 machine. As the field is starting to space out just a little bit here on the drop of the green here. And we're going to go back there for position number 7 as the 84 and the 38. That's going to be Abraham and Keegan running 7th and 8th respectively. That's going to be your closest battle on the field here on lap number 3 so far. As soon as I say that, they're going to be running side by side. That's going to be Nicholas Moffitt and Brandon Valentine. They're going to be running side by side for position number 10. As Moffitt's going to get the outside going, Valentine's going to get the bottom side going. Again, Valentine is sitting second in points. And they're still running side by side here. That's going to be position number 10 still on your screen between the 11 and the 33. The 11 got a little loose there coming off turn number 2 as they work down the back straightaway. The 33 of Nicholas Moffitt is going to take your top 10 spot there. And we're going to go back to the front of the field as Tyler Barnett is still in the front of the race here in that 13 machine. He's missed a few races here due to work. I think his last race was at Talladega here with the series. I just see all the cars are on the back straightaway in a single file line, and I have it. Aiden Plays VR on YouTube saying that the 84 is your dad, and he's sitting your dad's sitting third in points overall, I believe is what it was at the drop of the broadcast here, or at the top of the broadcast, going over the points. And your dad is currently sitting in seventh in this race. He's right there with Reese Kelvin at 44. It's still early in the race here, though, as everyone's settling in. And I do apologize to the viewers that we will not be able to go on board with any of these drivers because of the new update. I forgot to actually go in there and set up the camera for the race to be on board. And as Tyler Barnett works through turn 3 and 4 here, we're going to have 9 laps down of your 100 laps here tonight. Aiden Lucas is going to be sitting in second still. Aiden's probably about his 3. I'm hearing over the chat, I believe it's Abraham telling Reese not to make the mistake where he's going to make that pass. And we're going to go to the guys in front of them. This is going to be James Zangi and Peter Stewart. And again, Peter Stewart in that 91 is your current points leader coming into tonight's race by 50 points over Brandon Valentine, who is currently running 11th. And we're going to kind of space it out here a little bit, take a better, wider look here real fast so that way we can see who we need to go to here on the screen. And we're going to go back here to the Kelva and Abraham. And this is your battle for 6 between the 44 and the 84. And Aiden, as you're saying that you're a Chevy guy in the Cup car, how well does the Chevy car push over here on the Cup car in iRacing during the draft races? Or with that one saying that you drive Ford and Chevy, which one would you want to race in a draft race? Again, on your screen, it's going to be 6th, 7th, and 8th. That's going to be Reese, Abraham, and Keegan. And I think my iRacing there glitched out just a little bit. But we're still live here. We're 13 laps down with Tyler Barnett still in the lead. Aiden Lucas is roughly about a 6/10 off of Tyler Barnett as they go into 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Blair Saunders, he's going to be about almost 2 seconds here behind Aiden. And Blair is going to be running in the 3rd position. You got Zangi here in that 10 machine. He's going to be 4th as he has Peter Stewart right there breathing down his neck. And Aiden, myself personally, I'm a dirt guy. I dabble over here on the asphalt side for fun. And on your screen is going to be battle for fourth as James Zangi is trying to hold off Peter Stewart in that 91 machine. As they come off 2 down the back straightaway. Zangi's going to bobble up there. We have another bobble behind them as well. Zangi's going to blink out. That's going to leave Peter kind of guessing himself there a little bit, but running the bottom side as they go in 3 and 4. Coming off turn 4, it's still going to be James Zangi. And we're going to be side by side. This is going to be for 6 between Abraham and Reese. As Abraham in the 84 machine is going to get the bottom side going. Reese hits the outside wall. That's going to leave Abraham. Abraham's going to move into the 6th position. Here comes Troy on the bottom side there in that 19 machine. He's trying to take to that 7th position away. We're going to be 3 wide there momentarily between the 33, the 38, and the 44 as they come off the turn there, off turn 4, inner straightaway. It's going to be Troy, 33, 38, and the 44 as they come off turn 2 down the back straightaway there, settling out once again here. And we should have 1 pit stop in this race at least. It'd be interesting to see a green flag pit stop, as I don't think we've seen one yet with the series. Oh, and Reese is going to be off the pace there. He hit the outside wall. And he came down, hit the inside wall. His nose came off. He's going to limp it back to the pits. You see him there. He has no steering. He has the meatball flag. He's going to limp it back to the pits to get his quick repair. As you see Tyler Barnett there in that 13 machine, he's going to make his way through 3 and 4, and he's going to put Reese Kelva down a lap. Kelva's going to be the first car to be down 1 lap here tonight. With 21 laps down, we're going to make a run through of the field real fast. That's going to be Tyler Barnett in that 13 machine. He's going to be in the lead as he has a 1.3 second gap on Aiden Lucas there in that 20 machine. You see Reese Kova coming back out on the pit lane, or off the pit lane there. Blair Saunders in the 98 is going to be sitting 3rd, and he's about 5 seconds behind Tyler Barnett. James Zangi in that 10 machine, he's going to be sitting 4th, and he's roughly about 5.9 seconds behind Tyler. We have Peter Stewart in the 5th position in that 91 machine. He's 6.2 seconds behind your leader. And here comes Zangi looking down low in 1 and 2 here as they come off turn 2 down the back straightaway. They're going to stay in line there. That's your top 5 running order. In 6th is going to be Abraham in the 84 as he's about 11 seconds behind your leader of Tyler Barnett. Troy in that 19 machine is going to be 7th. Nicholas Moffitt in the 33 is going to be 8th. Keegan Huey in that 38 machine, he's going to be sitting 9th. Rounding out your top 10 so far is going to be Brandon Valentine in the 11 machine. Charles Broderick in the 40 machine is going to be sitting 11th. And as you see, Reese Kelva in that 44 has made his pit stop as he had to get a quick repair done. As we are down 25 laps here, we have a battle heating up for 3rd between Blair Saunders and James Zangi and Peter Stewart as they're running 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That's going to be your closest battle so far on the screen as the top 2 drivers have made their way around Kelva. As they go in turn 1, the 10 of James Zangi, he's going to look down low. And Saunders is going to have that momentum on the outside there as they work their way down the back straightaway, entering turn number 3. They're in line here, and Kelva's, or that's not Kelva, that is going to be Saunders in that 10 machine, trying to get a good run here off of 4. Once again, as they go down the front straightaway. And they're all still in the line here, 1 and 2. As they come down the back straightaway, Saunders was going to stay up there. Now he's coming down low as he enters turn number 3. He's trying to get a good run here. Here comes the 91 of Peter Stewart, trying to get the outside going there in 3 and 4. And we have cars racing side by side here. That's going to be Nicholas Moffitt and Troy. That's going to be for a battle for 7th between these two drivers. It looks like we missed all the racing side by side as Nicholas Moffitt is going to take over your 7th position. He has currently moved up 4 spots, and after 29 laps, he is your current hard charger. We're going to go back up there to Peter Stewart and James Zangi as we missed where Peter Stewart made a pass on James Zangi. As Peter goes to work on Blair here as they go in 1 and 2. Cut him off 2 down the back straightaway here. Kind of staying in the line here, getting a good momentum built with each other. Peter's about a car lower than Blair was there in 3 and 4. We've seen these two cars battle it out last week as well, and kept giving me a tongue tie between the 98 and the 91. C80, I'm telling you, man, Fords are better. Now Peter Stewart's looking down low as they come down the front straightaway here, going into turn number 1. Peter's looking down low in 1 and 2 here as he's lower than him. They're going to be side by side, entering turn 1. Coming off 2, Peter's trying to work that bottom side once again down the back straightaway. He moves back up and settles back in behind Blair in that 98 machine. As Peter's looking down low, coming off turn 4. Seems like the outside has a lot more momentum there to maintain the position. Now Peter's going to go to the outside here in 3 and 4. Coming off 4, there's still going to be Blair Saunders in that 98 machine sitting in 3rd, still holding off the hard charger here of the 91. As Peter's going on the outside here once again in 1 and 2. He's going to get a good run here off of 2 down the back straightaway. And Aiden, I'm messing with you on that with saying that Ford's better. Man, I'd run either one, Chevy or Ford. But if I had to pick out of the 2, I'm running a Ford. And the battle on your screen is still going to be for 3rd between the 98 and the 91 and the 10. As Peter Stewart in that 91 machine, he's been trying everything on different lines here on the track to make momentum here to pass Blair in that 98. As we're 36 laps down, Tyler Barnett is still leading the race. He's led it since the drop of the green. I'm at 13 machine there. And he has a 1.7 second gap on Aiden Lucas here. Blair Saunders in that 98 machine is sitting in third. Peter Stewart in the 91 is going to be sitting fourth. Running out your top 5 currently is going to be James Zangi in the 10 machine. I believe Aiden Lucas is blinking in and out here just a little bit. Again, that's your top 5 sitting 6. This is going to be Abraham with Nicholas Moffitt in that 7th position at number 33. He's going to be right behind him. So we came back here to call out 6, and we're going to have a battle for 6 on your screen now between the 84 and the 33 as they go in turn number 1. Coming off turn 2, Abraham's going to maintain the 6th position. Now Nicholas is going to look down low in 3 and 4. As they come off turn 4, Nicholas come and get that momentum there on the bottom side. Abraham's on the outside. They're going to be side by side going into turn number 1 as they work their way down the straightaway. Going into turn 1, the 33 of Nicholas Moffitt's going to look down low. Here comes the slide crossover move, I should say, from the 84 of Abraham as they come off turn 2. They're going to be side by side. Abraham's going to be on the bottom. 33 is going to be on the outside. That's Nicholas Moffitt. Here comes Abraham entering low in turns 3 and 4. As they come off turn 4 and at the line, this time it's still they're going to be nose to nose. You see there, that's going to be the 84 taking the 6th position at the line, but they're still side by side racing here with 39 laps down. As the 33 pushes up, the 84 is going to get that bottom side going, and Abraham's going to take over his 6th position and move back to the front of the 33 of Nicholas Moffitt. As they go in turns 3 and 4, Abraham's going to push up. Nicholas coming down low. We're going to be side by side once again. And at the line, this time it's going to go to Nicholas Moffitt. This is your battle for 6 on the screen. These two are racing hard side by side as we have 40 laps down in your event here. And now Nicholas stays on the bottom here in 3 and 4. Abraham goes up high. As they come off for Nicholas Moffitt, that 33 is going to maintain his 6th position. Looked like Abraham hit the outside wall just a little bit. And Aiden, I'm going to say that this track can be difficult. But that's coming from a guy that doesn't run asphalt. I can't even get through turn 1. I'll end up spinning up out the car. And that 6th position is going to go to your current hard charger. They have Nicholas Moffitt in that 33 machine. He's moved up 5 spots so far. So we're doing the rundown. We ran into the battle here for 6. So now Nicholas Moffitt's going to be 6th. Abraham in the 84 is going to be 7th. Troy in the 19 machine, he's going to be sitting in 8th with Keegan Huey in that 38 machine is going to be 9th. Brandon Valentine in the 11 machine rounds out your top 10 as he just now goes down a lap with Charles Broderick right there as well in the 11th. And we have Reese Kelva riding out the field. As you see in there, Tyler Barnett did put Charles Broderick and Brandon Valentine down a lap. The next one that he's trying to hunt down is going to be Keegan Huey, as he has about a half a track on Blair and Peter alone. Or I guess Blair, Peter, and James, your top 5. We're going to go back to the 3rd place here, see what's heating up here between the 98, 91, and the 10 machine, as these 3 drivers have been right there on top of each other basically since the drop of the green. As the 98 looks down low, the 91's going to the outside here in 3 and 4. As they come off forward, the 98's going to maintain his third position. Seems like Peter's throwing anything and everything at Blair right now to try to make that pass on him. But also trying to save his tires as well. As Peter's going to get a good run there off of 2. Close up that gap once again on Blair. As Tyler now has a 2-second gap on Aiden Lucas, your winner from last week. And these two are battling it out here. They should be seeing Tyler in there. You got Tyler and Aiden right there. And 8th and 9th is going to be Troy and Keegan. As they're crossing the start-finish line. Tyler's crossing that start-finish line now. He's right there trying to reel them in and put those 2 drivers down a lap. That would be 5 drivers down a lap so far once they make that pass, or if he does make that pass. And as we stay here with Tyler through 3 and 4 this time around, at the line they're receiving the cross-checker or the cross flags, as we are halfway through with this 100-lap event with 50 laps down, 50 to go. And as you see there, Aiden Lucas in second. He's about 2 seconds behind Tyler. And we missed the pass back here between the 91 and the 98, as now we go back here to the back for third, and Peter Stewart has taken your third position. Here comes James Zangi on the outside as they work down the back straightaway. The 10 machine of James Zangi is going to move him to 4th. The 98 is going to move back to 5th. Now Peter's trying to open it up a little bit here as they work down the front straightaway into turn number 1. James Zangi's still sitting in 4th. There's about a half a second gap between Peter and Blair as they work down the back straightaway here. As we have 52 laps down, Brandon Valentine in the 11 machine, he's making his pit stop. And Blair's going to make his pit stop as well. So that's going to move Nicholas Moffitt up to 5th currently, with Abraham to 6th. Blair still sitting 7th with his pit stop. Troy and Keegan just made their way around him. And that's going to put Blair Saunders down a lap here, as Tyler Barnett is going to be on the back straightaway as they're still in the pit road. So now we're hitting the green flag pit stops as we have 53 laps down here. It's still going to be Tyler Barnett, Aiden Lucas, and Peter Stewart for your top 3. James Aggie in 4th. Nicholas Moffitt rounds out your top 5. Abraham in the 84 will be sitting 6th. And Troy in 7th. Keegan in 8th. As Tyler is slowly reeling these 2 drivers in to try to put them a lap down. And for your cars that are a lap down, this can be Charles Broderick, Blair Saunders, Reese Kelva, and Brandon Valentine, the 4 drivers that are a lap down here, as all of those drivers have made a pit stop. And now Tyler Barnett's going to work the bottom side here and put Keegan down a lap as they come off turn 4 down the front straightaway. As Tyler's still working the bottom side here. And as they go down the back straightaway here, going to try to reel in Troy. And I didn't see this battle heating up here between Peter and James. So now James Zanke in that 10 machine, he's going to move into your 3rd position. As they work down the back straightaway into turn number 3. And 98 of Blair is a lap down, but on fresh tires. As you see right there, he makes the pass on Peter, trying to get back on the lead lap, which everyone else will still have to pit as well. Trying to keep an eye on the ticker here as James hits the start finish line. He is a half a track down from Tyler Barnett, who is your current leader, has led it since the drop of the green. And now we have 60 laps down, 40 to go. And we're just trying to go through the field here. As you see on the screen here, the 98 of Blair is going to make that pass on the bottom for 9th against Charles Broderick. Those 2 drivers are on the same lap. Now Blair's going to move into the 9th position as he's going to try to reel in Keegan to move up into 8th. And Keegan is about 10 seconds ahead of him currently. Almost 11 seconds ahead, but Blair's running a 30.79 currently. Brandon Valentine's running a 30.80. Those 2 are your faster drivers currently on the track. Your leader is currently running a 31.16. To give you kind of a relative there. As we look at Aiden here in that 20 machine. Aiden's just a little bit quicker once again than Tyler is, as Tyler Barnett's going to run a 31.02 and Aiden is running a 30.99. Still has a 1.5 second gap right there between Tyler and Aiden. And I believe Charles probably came into the pits a little bit hot there as he has a black flag. Seeing Abraham there get a little bit loose coming off turn 2. And now Tyler and Aiden are both running almost identical lap times here as 31:04 and 31:05, as we have 65 laps down. Make that 66 laps down for your event tonight. And there's still about a 1.5 second gap between Tyler and Aiden. And for third and first here, there's going to be a 16, almost a 17-second gap between the two. And here comes some green flag pit stops as Nicholas Moffitt makes a pit stop. Abraham's going to follow suit here, which you see right there on your screen. Tyler Barnett is passing them. That's going to put them a lap down. But Tyler has not made a pit stop yet. Aiden hasn't either. James Zangi and Peter Stewart, Troy and Keegan, your top 6 runners currently, have not made a pit stop yet. We're going to back up to your leader now. And I guess I missed the golden opportunity a few laps ago to call out we're on lap 6, 7. I don't know if y'all have any kids. Just figured I'd chime that one out there as well. As James is running the bottom side, Reese is giving him the bottom side here. As I'm hearing over chat. And we're coming in for pit stops now. Tyler Barnett's coming in. Aiden Lucas is going to stay out and collect that extra, or take the lead here with staying out. James Zangi is going to stay out as well, I believe. Yes, James going to be staying out. Peter Stewart comes in for a pit. The 98 of Blair. He made a pit stop about halfway through this race. Troy is a pit stop. Keegan's making a pit stop. As Aiden comes back around once again, he's going to make his pit stop now. And here comes the 98. He's moved up into your 5th position. James Zangi is still out there on the track. He's going to make his pit stop now. Tyler Barnett's made his way back out. He's going to jump right in front of Blair. That's going to give him 3rd currently, but you still have Aiden and James still down pit lane. It's going to be a close one between Tyler and Lucas there, as Tyler's at the start-finish line, and Aiden's coming out of the pit stop now. They're going to be side by side, but have to do pit road speed. Tyler's going to take the lead, but Aiden's going to be right there. Aiden's going to be waiting for him to get up to speed. He's going to be about a second behind, a second and a quarter behind Tyler there from coming out from his pit stop. And you can tell that Tyler's on fresh tires as he's running a 30:05 now. That's close to his qualifying lap time, close to his best time of the afternoon for your main event here, as his best lap was a 30:03. Aiden Lucas has moved into 2nd. Blair and that 98 machine's back into the top 3, as that early pit stop might have paid off here. James Zangi in that 10 machine is going to be sitting 4th. Nicholas Moffitt in the 33, he's going to be sitting 5th. He's battling out with the 91 of Peter Stewart. Again, Nicholas Moffitt has moved up 6 spots so far. Make that 5 spots, as the 91 of Peter Stewart's looking down low, coming off turn number 4. They're going to be side by side. The 91 of Peter Stewart's going to take your 5th position. But here comes the 33 looking on the inside once again as they come into turn number 1. And give that position to Peter Stewart here momentarily. as Nicholas has moved into the 6th spot, or Peterson moved in the 5th spot. Nicholas moved it back to the 6th spot, and Abraham is in 7th. Troy 8th, Keegan 9th, and Brandon Valentine rounds out your top 10. And as you see, Tyler Barnett right here coming down the front straightaway. We have 25 laps remaining here. We've had 75 laps green. And the one with some fresh tires here as well. That's going to be Aiden Lucas. He's going to hit your quick time so far for this 100-lap race, as he just hit a 30:02 his last lap. Peter Stewart's hitting his quick times as well, as he just hit a 30:24. James Zangi just hit a 30:18 as his quickest lap of the session. And Aiden Lucas found something here, as he now just hit a 30 flat. We're going to throw your last lap times there on your screen, as he's about a 1.25 seconds behind Tyler Barnett. We're watching Aiden Lucas in second in that 20 machine. Your back-to-back winner currently running second. And Peter Stewart is trying to reel in James Zangi in that 10 machine. James is going to be almost 3 seconds ahead of him this time around. Now Tyler Barnett's going to be working on the 84 of Abraham to put him a lap down. That's going to be, as they come off for Abraham, is going to go down 1 lap. If there is a yellow, he will be the lucky dog. As now we have 6 drivers down a lap, with 6 on the lead lap. As the 33 of Nicholas Moffitt will be the last car on the lead lap. He is your current hard charger, moving up 5 spots. Aiden Lucas is going to be right there looking down low of Reese Kelva as they come through 3 and 4. Trying to reel in Tyler Barnett here, as Aiden has now put the gap under a second. And as soon as I say that, the second hits back up once again. Aiden's doing everything to try to reel in Tyler Barnett here in your closing laps with 20 laps remaining. And this time at the line, watching Aiden here, Aiden is 9/10 off from Tyler Barnett. You see it here, Blair in that 98 machine. Might play a factor here with him being on older tires than your top 5 drivers here. See if that plays a factor here tonight. James Zangi in 4th, Peter Stewart in 5th, Nicholas Moffitt rounds out your top 6 drivers that are on the lead lap. As he's close to Tyler's right there, trying to reel him in to put him the lap down too. Abraham in 7th, Troy in 8th, Keegan 9th, and Brandon Valentine runs out your top 10. If we do this view that's a little bit too far back to hard to see here, as we do watch the 13 and the 20 there go through 1 and 2 and work their way down the back straightaway. Which we're just going to bring it up closer in on them. And we're just kind of working our way through the field currently to see if anyone's on top of each other with that green flag pit stop. Everyone's kind of spaced out here all throughout the field. As we go back to your leader, Tyler Barnett, in that 13 machine, he has led every lap that, except for one, where Aiden stayed out one lap longer before he made his pit stop. So it's going to be Tyler Barnett and Aiden 1 and 2 who have led the laps here tonight. As we have 15 laps remaining here, Aiden Lucas is slowly taking away some distance there away from Tyler Barnett. But will he have enough time to close that gap? As Nicholas Moffitt enters the screen here, he will be going a lap down here momentarily. I think Tyler might have saved some new tires there to kind of push it a little bit harder on these closing laps, as he now has, or he's maintaining about a 0.8 of a second gap on Aiden here. Let's see if Nicholas Moffitt's going to slow down your leader once he comes up here to make the lap pass on him, to put him a lap down. And now Tyler stretched that gap to a second now between him and Aiden as they go through 1 and 2. Tyler's going to be using Nicholas there to help pull him through the back straightaway, enter turn number 3 as they come off turn number 4. We have 10 laps remaining. 10 laps remaining. We've had 90 laps green. Let's stay green for your last 10 as Tyler Barnett's looking down low, going in turn number 1. Try to put 33 of Nicholas Moffitt down a lap. And as he comes off 2, he's going to have a good charge. Still looking down low in 3 and 4. And Nicholas Moffitt did slow down Tyler Barnett just a little bit, as Aiden now has a 0.7 of a second gap between him and Tyler. Now the question is, will Aiden be able to get around him pretty easily? When that right there answers my question. As we go through 1 and 2, Aiden did make that pass. But I don't know if he made it quick enough, as the gap has been stretched out to 0.8. And I'm going to say now that Aiden's going through 1 and 2 a little bit smoother as he closes that deficit just a little bit. So with 6 laps remaining, let's do a rundown of your field currently. It's going to be Tyler Barnett in that 13 machine. He's going to be your leader, followed by Aiden Lucas in that 20 machine sitting second. Blair in that 98 machine is going to be sitting third. James is going to be in that 10 machine. He's sitting fourth. Peter Stewart in the 91 machine is going to round out your top 5. We just watched the 33 of Nicholas Moffitt get put a lap down. He's going to be sitting 6th. Abraham in the 84 is going to be sitting 7th. Troy in that 19 is going to be sitting 8th. Keegan in the 38 is 9th. And Brandon Valentine in the 11 rounds out your top 10. And last time around, they seen 5 fingers. We have 5 laps remaining here tonight for your 100 lap feature or 100 lap main at New Hampshire. As Brandon Valentine did get put down another lap, Aiden Lucas is going to try to charge in once again and close in that gap on Tyler Barnett with only 4 laps remaining now. It's been all Tyler Barnett since the drop of the green. I think Aiden's already settling in here for second. As they go into turn number 3. Aiden's closed in that gap to close it down to half a second. They have the popsicle sticks as we have 2 laps remaining here in your 100 lap event. And Aiden Lucas is right there, has a half a second gap between him and Tyler. As I guess he's throwing anything and everything but the kitchen sink to try to close up that deficit and make it interesting here for your last lap. As they come down the back straightaway, enter turn number 3. Aiden Lucas is closed in that gap. They're receiving the white flag coming off turn number 4 as we have 1 lap remaining here tonight. And Aiden's closed up that gap. He's right there, just under 0.3 of a second on, or gap there. As they come off turn 2 back straightaway. Oh, Aiden's going to hit the outside wall. That's going to slow him up a little bit. That's going to give it to Tyler Barnett most likely here, unless Tyler messes up in 3 and 4 as he goes through 3 and 4 smoothly. He's coming off turn 4. He's going to take the checker flag and take the win. Aiden Lucas is going to finish second. James Zangi is coming in turn number 3, coming off turn number 4 now. I'm sorry, he's in 1 and 2. And as he's going in turn number 3, James Zangi did make the pass on Blair somewhere. I don't know when it happened. And I guess it happened the last lap. And this time around, it's going to be James Zangi taking position number 3. Blair Sanders in that 98 finishes 4th. Peter Stewart in the 91 rounds out your top 5. And see the rest of your results. See the rest of your results here as we went over your top 5. Nicholas Moffitt in the 33 is going to finish 6th. Abraham in the 84 is going to finish 7th. Troy in the 19 will finish 8th. Keegan Huey, the newcomer of the league in the 38 machine, is going to finish 9th. And Brandon Valentine in the 11 machine is going to finish in 10th. Reese Kelva in the 44 is going to finish 11th. And rounding out your field is going to be Charles Broderick in the 40 machine. We're going to hear from your top 3 here momentarily, so please hang around here. And give me 1 second, we'll be right back with you.
Yo, what's going on? Yeah, well, I heard their battle was good too. So, well, first of all, I came out of the pit 9 seconds behind Blair. I was like, oh my God, can I make it? And just the time was getting closer and closer. And one lap to go, I was on his bumper. He came down to block me. I had so much more speed. He even went below the apron to block me. I gave him a little tap there. He couldn't hold on to it, and I passed him. Thank you so much. I had a great time. Hey, no worries. Thanks to my team, Basement Dwellers. They help me out. They're on the radio telling me what to do because I really don't know anything about NASCAR. So, for sure. Well, thank you for the interview. Hey, shout out to Granny Squibs. They make the best New England iced tea.
And just so you're aware, no one's going to heard anything that I said as I had my mic muted for the broadcast, but you heard everything. You answered everything. Everyone put everything together there. So sorry about that on your first interview here, man.
Hey, no worries. You're doing great.
Yep. And we'll catch you next time, and hopefully we get you on the
Sure.
podium here.
Sounds good.
Yep. Have a good night, man.
You too.
And there you have it, your third place finisher. Sorry I had my mic muted, guys. James Zangi taking home third. It's been coming a long time coming there for him. Reeled in Blair there on the last lap, make that last pass there. Now we're going to hear from Aiden Lucas, who finished in second tonight. And Aiden, do you got a copy?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, and once again, congratulations on a podium here tonight. I know it's not the podium you wanted to finish in second, but I kind of counted you out with 6 laps to go, and then looked at the ticker and seeing that you're closing in, pulling in within 0.3 of a second. Kind of walk us through what happened there, or what you're doing. I know the viewers seeing it here as you're coming down low, but kind of walk us through what you're doing and what your game plan was.
Yeah, I couldn't get anything going up above the blue line, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna send it in the corner, see what I can get, and then see how close I could stay on exit. And I was only losing like a tenth on exit, but I was gaining 2 or 3 tenths on entry. That was wild, man. I was driving the ever-living tires off of that car, and it was fun. I got into the wall on the final lap coming out of 2, and I think that's what kind of sealed the deal right there. Man, that would have been so close if I could have got him. I don't know if I would have bumped him, but I definitely would have tried to send it on him.
Oh, 100%. I think that, honestly, if you would have hit that outside wall there, coming off 2, you could have possibly went in there and threw a dirt slide job on him going in 3 and 4 and throw him all kinds of ways there.
Yeah, it would have been riveting stuff. It would have been like Chase Briscoe and Tyler Reddick at Bristol Dirt that one year.
Yes, sir. And as always, do you have any friends, family, or sponsors that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Well, first off, I want to thank you for bringing the show to the people. Thank all the admins over here at Front Runners, putting on a great show. And then thank you to Prestige Enterprises for putting their logo on my race car.
Yes, sir. And that should bump you up in points as well after finishing second, as you did do back-to-back wins and then a second place finish here. So kind of interesting to see how the points are going to add up here going into week 13.
Yeah, I think I missed too many races to be able to catch Peter. I think Peter's leading.
Yes, Peter's leading by 50 now over Brandon Valentine.
Oh, yeah, 50 is going to be a hard gap.
Yes, sir. But you have a good night, sir, and hopefully we catch you next time here on the podium.
Yes, sir. Hopefully.
Yes, sir. And there you have it. Your second place runner, Aiden Lucas. And we're about to hear from your winner tonight. He's been MIA for a few weeks here due to work, but now he's coming back in and he's going to take a win. Tyler, do you got a copy?
I do.
Man, that has to be a good homecoming for you. I just told all the viewers here that you've been MIA due to work, and you come back in after running last race, I think Talladega, and you come in here and take a win, and it was a very dominant win. You led every lap except for one whenever Aiden stayed out, whenever you made that pit stop, and then there at the end, that was haywire there at the end. Seeing Aiden reel you in, and I was ready to call that race, expecting a dirt slide job. What was going through your head whenever you looked up and seen that mirror, or in your mirror, and seeing him running that low?
That's funny. I was talking to him about it earlier. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to manage now. Like, if he reels me in, whatever. I'm not going to be pushing too hard. Just tape my tires to the end in case he does get to me. And I saw him kind of sliding in a little bit, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting line. And I didn't really, like, fully put together, like, what he was doing. I thought he was just taking the bottom line, and I was like, yeah, it's probably hooking pretty nice in the bottom right now, whatever. And then he started gaining, like, a couple tenths a lap, and I was like, what is this guy doing? So I look in my mirror when he's under a second, and he's starting to do that little slider line, just cutting down to the bottom. And I've never seen that line before in my life at this track, and I've driven here a decent amount. And I was like, there's no way that this guy's doing this right now. That is insane. He's just wheeling it down to the bottom, using the right front that the ARCA cars have that's like indestructible, and just cranking it. It was awesome to see, honestly. So I started like kind of covering the bottom just a little bit, then he's going even lower, and I'm like, this dude's insane. This line is insane. But I was able to hold on. I was gonna send it down on the bottom just like he was doing the last corner if I needed to, but I got lucky. He hit the wall a little bit, and that was a fun race overall. I really thought my line was gonna be a good line until I saw a homeboy out there just almost mowing the lawn and then praying when he hit the mid corner.
And your line was a pretty dominant line until Aiden found that late in the race. And he found that with like 6 laps remaining. So you had a dominant line. You maintained that lead the whole time.
Yeah, like I was just trying to manage what I could, and then I saw that line, and I was like, oh, that is a fast line right there. It ain't gonna last more than 20 laps, but that is a fast line.
Yes, sir. And kind of walk us through. I know I was listening to race chat while y'all are racing here on over iRacing Push to Talk, but coming up to lap traffic and trying to still maintain that gap between you and Aiden throughout that race. There.
Yeah, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
no, you're go ahead. You go ahead and run that with it, man.
Yeah, the lap traffic was a little bit tough, but that's just the nature of this track. It's a flat track, kind of hard to pass on. There were some good, quick guys in there, so just getting around them was a little tough. Lost a little bit of time, but I also gained a little bit of time from it too at some points. Yeah, that was tough, but that first run was really nice on the tires. I was just able to kind of pull a big lead and let him come back to me a little bit while I just saved a little bit of tires just in case I needed them for some reason. But being able to do that, it was nice. This is my first race back. I've done one race since I've done Dega, and I wouldn't even consider Dega much of like a race to hone the skills, you know. But I think my last race before that was Darlington, and that's like in general, not even just like officials or anything like that. That is just like in general. I've only done 3 races since Darlington.
Oh wow.
And it was nice to come back and kind of knock the rust off a little bit. I got a little bit of work to do again to kind of catch up again, but yeah, that was fun. It was fun. Welcome back, and I know it wasn't the biggest field, but it was a great field, honestly. Like, I'd much rather have a great field like this where there's no cautions, good battles everywhere. You can trust anybody that you're around versus like a 30-card field where you're kind of hit and miss in some areas, you know?
Yes, sir. And tonight, out of the 13 weeks, I know I've missed a few weeks due to, iRacing or family issues and everything, but this is the first broadcast that we didn't have a caution flag thrown, and I didn't have to play the caution song.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, but fortunately at the same time. It's
Yes.
It's bittersweet, you know?
Yes, sir. So, once again, congratulations on winning, especially on your homecoming back to Front Runners Racing League race here. Do you have any friends, family, or sponsors that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Oh, of course. I mean, I want to thank you for broadcasting, coming out here, spending your time with us. Hoping we're giving you good shows. I want to thank CSS for the setups. They do great, and I'm going to start running more open officials probably just to use their setups a little bit more. And then I also want to thank all the guys in the league, all the admins, just great guys all around. We can't obviously race without racers, so all the guys that are not admins that show up every single week just to have some fun, I appreciate you guys endlessly. And then my admins who put in so much work on the off or behind the scenes, just thank you guys as well. Just thank the Lord I was able to come out here. It's just freaking fun. I miss doing all this stuff. But yeah, and then just thank you everybody watching. Thank you to my lovely wife as well.
And I do got one more question for you. Next week, can we expect you to show up for the Iowa race?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think I'm going to be able to. I think so.
And that'd be
There's
good to
a
hear.
chance.
That'd be good to see you back on the podium next week as well.
Yeah, man, I'll be excited to be there. Hopefully it's on the top step, but as long as I get to show up, I'll have a good time.
Yes, sir. And you have a good night. Once again, congratulations on your win.
You as well, brother. And thank you.
Yep. And there you have it, your top 3 finishers from tonight's race. Give you a quick rundown once again before we close this broadcast. Nicholas Moffitt's moved up 5 spots. He finished 6th, 1 lap down. Again, your top 5 from tonight was Tyler Barnett, Aiden Lucas, and James Zangi, your top 3 that we heard from. Followed by Blair Saunders and Peter Stewart for your top 5. Thanks for joining in. Next week we go to Iowa for, let me pull it up real fast here. It's going to be a 125 lap race at Iowa. And hopefully we catch that action right here live at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Right Rear Racing. As for Right Rear Racing, we have no other broadcast this week. So the next one that we do will be next Monday. Thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you next time.
Checkered flag flying, it's the end of the show. From dirt to the blacktop, we let it all go. Burning rubber, slamming gears, making hearts race. If you miss the heat, catch the highlight, press play. Right rear racing, lights out, that's a wrap. From the front straight to the back, we attacked every lap. Don't blink, don't sleep, we'll be back in your feed with the throttle wide open and a need for speed. The drama, the thrill, the slide jobs and spins. Legends born in the booth and on tracks we win. Facebook, YouTube, hit subscribe and stay loud. We ain't slowing down, just saving it for the next round. Broadcast signed off, but the fire still burns. Catch us next time, where the story continues at full send. Joe, right rear racing, we out, hold tight. See you next race under that Friday night light. No brakes, no